I platinumed GTA Vice City before GTA 6 drops. This game isn't just a childhood classic for me, it's one of my all-time favorites. Revisiting Vice City after more than 2 decades still feels incredible. Taking over the city with Tommy Vercetti is still just as iconic as I remember. Before the chaos of GTA 6 takes over, I wanted to return to where it all started and earn that sweet platinum trophy in the process. Before we start, I obtain platinums in the easiest way I can think of. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your Vice City memories. With that out of the way, let's dive in. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Only Thing Gaming channel. Now obviously, this isn't my first time in Vice City, so for this platinum run, I aimed for full efficiency, though I did make one small mistake, which I'll point out when we get there. I played the Definitive Edition, which has 33 trophies, or 34 including the platinum itself. To break it down, you'll want to focus on 6 key trophies. 4 missable trophies, Irony, Choppered Up, Salutations My Little Friend, and Not My First Time. The 5th trophy for obtaining 100% completion, and the 6th trophy for getting the Godfather criminal rating. Once you have those 6, you're either holding the platinum or just a couple of basic trophies away from it. Every other trophy in the game is either story related or part of the 100% completion with few exceptions. So, as always, this video was made for entertainment purposes, but it can also be followed as a guide. First, I'm going to unlock the ability to save the game by completing the first mission, then complete 100 taxi fares while I listen to all radio stations. Then I need to knock out both paramedic and Pizza Boy missions early. Then I'm going to complete missions until I unlock the second island. Then I collect the 100 hidden packages and complete vigilante and firefighter missions. Then I need to complete all side content. So that means all rampages, all vehicle missions, all stadium events, all 15 store robberies, all properties, and 30 out of the 36 unique stunt jumps. And at that point, I will complete story missions and buy all the assets and complete them while keeping an eye out for the remaining side content. Side missions like chopper checkpoints, the remaining 6 stunt jumps, and the shooting range can only be completed after completing certain missions. And should everything go according to this plan, I'm going to end up with a platinum trophy for Grand Theft Auto Vice City the Definitive Edition. So stick around and let's go through how it all played out. The story of GTA Vice City begins with Tommy Vercetti's release from prison after serving 15 years. Seeking a fresh start and acting on the orders of his old boss, Sonny Forelli, Tommy heads to the vibrant and dangerous streets of Vice City to oversee a drug deal. However, things quickly go sideways. During the deal, Tommy is ambushed, the money and the merchandise are lost, and his partners are killed. Tommy narrowly escapes with his life, but now he's stuck in Vice City, empty-handed and under pressure from Sonny to recover what was lost. After the cinematic intro, I jumped into the action. The first mission takes me to the Ocean View Hotel, where Tommy contacts Sonny to report the disaster. This mission not only progresses the story, but it also unlocks the ability to save the game and begin free roaming the first island of Vice City. I started the taxi mission right away. I'll do 100 fares in 10 segments. Each segment I'll do 10 fares, then save the game. I can also do all 100 in one go to get money, as each 5 fares I complete I get a bonus. But doing it this way is safer and money isn't that important anyway, and to add something extra, I'll get the radio stations trophy too. There's a total of 9 stations I have to listen to. I don't exactly know how long I have to listen to each one, so each 10 passengers I drop off, I'll listen to one of them. By the time I reach 90 fares, I should have the Born in the 80s trophy. After dropping off 25 passengers, I earned my first trophy, point A to point B. And just as I have planned, by the time I completed 90 fares, I earned my second trophy, Born in the 80s. I then dropped off 10 more passengers to complete the taxi mission. I just checked the stats to make sure I reached 100. Next, I started the paramedic mission. It's required for the 100% and it earns me the infinite sprinting skill. I like to do this mission in the Vice Point Hospital because the streets there are easier to navigate. I completed this mission no problem. Also, I earned my third trophy. Somebody called the ambulance for completing it. Next, it was time to deliver some pizzas. This mission is very easy. I earned my fourth trophy, Pie Guy, after delivering 10 pizzas. After completing this mission, my maximum health is now increased to 150. Now, there are more activities and side missions like store robberies and rampages that can be done on the first island, but I decided to unlock the second island to have complete access to all side missions and most importantly, the 100 hidden packages because collecting them will make things a lot easier. This led me to start completing story missions, starting with Ken Rosenberg's missions. During those missions, I got introduced to most of the important characters in Vice City. Remember, Tommy is still looking for the merchandise he lost in the beginning. I also met Mercedes, Kent Paul, Lance, and Avery during those missions. And finally, I ended Ken's missions with the riot. This mission will have me cause a riot and blow up 3 trucks. I earned my 5th trophy, Legal Counsel, for completing it. The next 2 missions have 2 missable trophies related to them, so I have to complete them in a specific way, and if I miss a trophy, I'll have to do the mission over again because there is no other way to obtain those trophies. First mission is for Iron, where I have to kill my target with a golf club. My way of doing this is to simply get rid of all the cars so I prevent him from escaping fast. This way allows me to take out all of his guards, catch up with him, and take him down. However, on my first attempt I fell in the water. On my second attempt everything went according to my plan. I took him down and earned my 6th trophy, Irony, for completing the mission this way. Next mission is Demolition Man. For this one, I have to take down all workers and guards using the chopper's blades. This is straightforward. I'll just take them down as I plant the 4 bombs. But I won't finish the mission until I get the trophy. And by taking down all the hostile NPCs, I earned my 7th trophy, Choppered Up. In the end of this mission, a fire truck spawns. This is the only time a fire truck is scripted to spawn in the first island, so I took the chance to complete the firefighter mission, which required me to complete 12 levels. If I don't get it at this time, I can still get a fire truck either by creating fires or simply unlocking the second island. I just wanted to get it out of the way. I earned my 8th trophy, High Quality H2O, for extinguishing 10 fires. And I became fireproof after completing level 12 of the firefighter mission. I continued with story missions. This time I'll be doing missions for Cortez. The first mission he asked me to take out Gonzalez, and that's what I did. But instead of visiting the pay and spray, I used a police bribe to lower my wanted level and I got my 9th trophy, Greasy Palms. For the next mission, he asked me to retrieve some chips. After I chased the courier, I got them and finished this one. And for his third mission, he wanted me to oversee a business transaction. I met Lance and later met Diaz and completed this mission no problem. At this point, I'll start doing missions for Diaz. I completed the first mission by chasing this guy and completed the second mission by taking him out and retrieving the money from the roof. I'll leave the rest of Diaz's missions for later because at this point I unlocked the second island. And now that I have unlocked the second island, it's time to complete almost everything in the game except for story missions. Starting with the 100 hidden packages. I bought the Hyman condo to get a helicopter whenever I need it. Also, I won't show all 100 hidden packages, I'll just show the rewards and the trophy for collecting all of them. I got the body armor for collecting 10, the chainsaw for collecting 20, the 357 for collecting 30, the flamethrower for collecting 40, the 308 sniper for collecting 50, the minigun for collecting 60, the best weapon by the way, the rocket launcher for collecting 70, the Sea Sparrow for collecting 80, the tank for collecting 90, and finally for collecting all the 100, I got the hunter and my 10th trophy, City Sleuth. After collecting all the packages, I grabbed a tank from the barracks and started the Vigilante mission. I was aiming to get 4 trophies here, one for completing Vigilante mission, one for causing $1 million property damage, one for reaching 6-star wanted level, and one for obtaining the highest media attention. I earned my 11th trophy, Bull in a China shop, for causing $1 million property damage, and my 12th trophy, running rampant, for completing level 12 of the Vigilante mission. I stopped and decided to finish this another time because of other things, so I saved the game. I returned with another tank and started a new Vigilante mission. This time I won't stop until I obtain the 2 remaining trophies. After about 40 minutes to an hour, I got my 13th trophy. I'm famous for obtaining the Stuff of Legends media rank. But I kept going to get the 6-star wanted level, and at this point I was starting to worry. I tried everything, even after getting into a shootout with the cops, taking down helicopters, and wreaking havoc with a tank. No matter what I did, I still couldn't get past 5 stars. I then discovered that I can't get a 6-star wanted level until I completed the mission Rob Out, and this was the mistake I told you about earlier. I wasted about 2 hours trying to get this trophy without knowing this. And to be honest, my knowledge of Vice City isn't bad, but this was the first time I learned that 6-star wanted level is only obtainable after finishing that mission. Anyway, I moved on to complete all the rampages in the game. There are a total of 35 rampages in the game. As always, I won't show all of them. I'll just show footage after I complete each 5. Here's the 5th rampage, the 10th, the 15th, the 20th, the 25th, the 30th, and the last one. I then started to do side missions, starting with the 3 Top Fun RC missions. Here's the first one. Completing the second one earned me my 14th trophy, just like the real thing. And here's the 3rd and last RC mission, and I also earned my 15th trophy, Bloodstained Hands, after completing it. This trophy is earned for obtaining the Butcher criminal rating. It has nothing to do with this mission, it just happened to pop right after I completed it. I then went after the 4 vehicle missions. PCJ Playground is straightforward, I just completed it. Gone Crazy was next on my list, but I need to make sure to not only complete it, but I also need to get the Godfather criminal rating during this mission. I have to complete this mission a total of 19 times. For the first 7 times I need to complete it at the last possible second. After that I need to complete this mission, but each time beat my record with a second to spare. So I need to beat it with 1 second to spare, then 2, then 3, and so on. Each time I break my record, the money doubles. After 19 times, I collected enough money to get the Godfather criminal rating and my 16th trophy, Take the Cannoli. I broke my record 2 extra times after I obtained the Godfather rank, just to see how far I can get. My last 2 vehicle missions are going to be in the same location. I completed this track with a bike and a car, and that's it. I completed every vehicle mission in the game. It's time to do all 3 stadium events. Dirt Ring was annoying. It took me about 15 minutes to complete. Hot Ring was easy, but I barely completed it because I flipped the car at the last second. Blood Ring tends to be annoying, but luckily I completed it with ease. I then went for all 15 store robberies in the game. There are 8 stores on the first island and 7 stores on the second island. This is a bit tricky. The best way to rob a store is to aim at the shopkeeper, and as soon as the money spawns, just shoot him. You can check the stats to see how many stores you've robbed, but I recommend checking the stats after each store, because the stats tell you if you missed a store, but they don't tell you which store it is. And having this huge amount of money made my next step easy. I bought all the properties or safe houses in the game. There are 5 on the first island and 2 on the second island. I'll go over them quickly. I already bought Hyman Condo earlier. I bought the Scamoli Shack, the 3321 Vice Point, El Swanco Casa, Lynx View Apartment, 1102 Washington Street, and finally, the Ocean Heights Apartment. My next step is going to be completing 30 out of the 36 unique stunt jumps. As always, I won't show all of them. And for anyone who might wonder about the 6 remaining stunt jumps, those are locked behind missions. 2 of them are locked behind the All Hands on Deck mission, 3 of them are locked behind the G Spotlight mission, and for the last one, it's not locked, but I'll do it during the Hogtide mission. I used a PCJ to do them, so here we go. Here's the 5th jump, the 10th, the 15th, the 20th, and while I was doing a stunt jump in one of the houses on Starfish Island, I found a beach ball. I earned my 17th trophy, Kippy Uppy Okie Dokie, for reaching a high score of 5. Here's the 25th and the 30th, and since I was in the airport with a bike, this is a good place to get my 18th trophy. 1 is better than 2 for performing a 30-second wheelie. To summarize, at this point I was almost done with all the side content in the game. I'm already at 49% game completion and I earned the Godfather criminal rating. It's time to focus on main missions. I picked up right where I left off with Diaz. He asked me to steal the fastest boat in the port and I did exactly that. And on his last mission, I took the same boat in a race, beating the other boats to the yacht, and got back to Diaz's mansion while shooting hostile gang members on the way. This is the last mission for Diaz. I'm done with Diaz for the rest of the game, and I earned my 19th trophy, South American Connection, for completing it. I got back to Avery to do his last mission. He asked me to disguise myself as one of the Cubans and crash the funeral of a Haitian gang lord. That's exactly what I did, and once I got out of the area, this mission was a success. I revisited Cortez. He informed me that Diaz was responsible for ruining my deal in the beginning of the game. He also asked me to steal a piece of military tech, in other words, a tank, during its transportation through town. And as per usual, that's what I did. Next, I'm going to start doing missions for Umberto Urbina. First, I have to prove myself by driving a boat around the sea. Okay, I guess. His next mission makes more sense. I attacked the Haitian's factory and stole a van full of drugs. After finishing this mission, I made sure to pick up an M4 by taking down this guy. For the next mission, I destroyed a deal between two rival gangs and stole the briefcases. Sadly, my companion Rico died during this one, but I still managed it. Umberto's last mission is only available after completing Auntie Pole's missions. So that's my next stop. She has 3 missions. In the first mission, she asked me to retrieve her stashes. The cops made this one a bit tricky, but I managed it. In her second mission, she asked me to use a plane to take out the Cubans and destroy their boats. This mission is one of my least favorite missions in the game. After a long chase in the sea and on the streets, I completed it. For her last mission, I had to grab a sniper and help the Haitians win the fight. Sadly, I failed the first time, but I managed it. Generally, I really don't like Auntie Pole's missions. They don't develop the story and they're definitely not that fun. So I am glad to be done with them. Now, it's time to do the last mission for Umberto, Trojan Voodoo. For this one, I have to grab a voodoo and plant bombs inside the Haitian's factory. And by destroying the factory, I earned my 20th trophy, Big Heat from Little Havana. I then started the only mission for Kent Paul in the game. After finding out that Diaz busted Tommy's deal and killed Lance's brother in the beginning, Lance went after him and got himself captured. I made my way to Lance and rescued him. Then I made my way through Diaz's men and got him to a hospital to finish this mission. And just a fun fact, this is the only mission in the game where you don't get money for passing it. Not that I care about money at this point in the game, but I just wanted to mention it. I started the last mission for Cortez, all hands on deck. Basically, he's leaving Vice City and he needs an extra gun to fend off the attackers. And I just wanted to mention how overpowered the minigun is. It literally trivializes this mission. I destroyed all the attacking boats and helicopters in a matter of seconds, and once I completed this mission, I earned my 21st trophy, Life of the Party. Luckily, there is a PCJ parked right at this location. After completing the previous mission, I unlocked this door which gives me access to these 2 stunt jumps, so I completed them right away. Next, it's time to take down Ricardo Diaz. I made my way through his mansion guards, and I made sure to kill him with an M4, which got me my 22nd trophy, Salutations my little friend, along with his mansion. After completing this mission, I now have access to 3 out of 4 chopper checkpoint missions. So I completed those 3, then I grabbed a tank and started destroying everything until I got a 6-star wanted level, which earned me my 23rd trophy, Catch Me If You Can. Next, I started to do the Vercetti Estate missions. First, I had to destroy all the glass windows in the mall to let everybody know there's a new king in town. This unlocked buying assets, which we'll dive into later. For now, I took out my competition by taking down the TPP's security. Two of them escaped, but they were quickly dealt with. And for the last job, I had to dress up as a cop and manually trigger a bomb inside the mall and escape with Lance. After completing this mission, the mansion now generates income, but more importantly, we're done with it. Now, before I start with the assets, I need to complete 6 missions. 2 for Lovefist, 3 for Mitch Baker, then do the last mission for Lovefist. So here we go. First, I took down this guy and drove Mercedes back to Lovefist's place. Then I took out this creep who was stalking Lovefist. Then I visited Mitch Baker. I have to run errands for him so he agrees to offer protection to Lovefist. First, I have to prove myself by winning a bike race. Then he wanted me to get out there and start causing chaos and destruction. And with the minigun, I easily did so. And for his last mission, he asked me to retrieve a stolen bike from another gang. I used those stairs to access the location, and I completed a stunt jump while doing it. Technically, I could have done this stunt jump earlier, but I wanted to do this stunt jump during this mission as a way to further optimize my platinum. Anyway, I stole the bike and got it to where it belongs, which earned me my 24th trophy, Tommy Two Wheels. Now that I have completed all of Baker's missions, I can finally do the last mission for Lovefist. I have to drive a car rigged with a bomb. If I stop or slow down, the car blows, which happened to me on my first try, but on my second try I survived until the bomb was defused and drove Lovefist back to their show. Completing this mission earned me my 25th trophy, Chauffeur. Next, I started to buy assets. First, I bought the film studio. Completing this asset will give me access to the last chopper checkpoint mission and the 3 remaining stunt jumps. Also, I can get the last missable trophy out of the way. So first, I killed Candy's agent and recruited both her and Mercedes. Next, I had to fly a plane around the city to start advertising, which was easier said than done, but I managed it. Then I had to photograph an important figure as he meets with Candy. This one is very easy because I have a helicopter during this mission. And for the last mission, G Spotlight, I have to jump on rooftops with a PCJ. And for my final missable trophy in the game, I have to do this without falling, and boy was that hard. I failed more times than I can count. Falling, burning the bike, or failing a unique stunt jump were constantly happening. Eventually, I managed to pull this one off. I'll just leave footage of the final 3 stunt jumps. and as you just saw, completing these stunt jumps earned me my 26th trophy, Daredevil, and shortly after I earned my 27th trophy, not my first time, for completing this mission without falling. Before moving on, I quickly took care of the last chopper checkpoint mission, which only becomes available after the previous mission. My next stop is the Malibu Club. First, I need to rescue Cam Jones, the safecracker, and get rid of the cops, then drive him back to his place. Then I scored 72 points in the shooting range to get help from Phil Cassidy, and since I'm here, I wanted to get the shooting range out of the way. For those who don't know, you have to score 45 points or more. This unlocks the fast reload ability, but more importantly, it's required for the 100% completion. This challenge is famously hard on consoles. As you saw, I failed it a few times, but in the end, I managed to score exactly 45 points. Getting back to the Malibu Club, next I have to beat Hillary in a race, and by doing so, he's going to be the last member who joins the crew for the upcoming job. And speaking of the job, Tommy, Phil, Cam, and Hillary rob a bank. Sadly, their plan didn't work perfectly. The alarm was activated, and once they got out, Hillary was killed. Then Tommy was killed. Wait, that's not how it ended. I escaped the cops by using the pay and spray, then drove back to Cam's place to wrap up this asset. My next stop is the boatyard. This is my 10th property, so after buying it, I earned my 28th trophy, Vice City Mogul, for owning 10 properties. And to complete this property, I just had to hop on a boat and start collecting checkpoints, a very simple task. And speaking of simple tasks, next I bought the Pole Position Club. Completing this asset requires spending $300 in the dancing room, which is done just by entering and waiting about 5 real-life minutes. My next stop is Cherry Poppers. For this one, I have to do 50 deals on the street in a Mr. Whoopi truck. I kept doing deals and avoiding cops, and after a short while, I was done with this one. Next, I bought the car showroom. To complete this, I have to collect 4 lists of cars. Each list has 6 models, with a total of 24 cars. Also, I have to win 6 races around the city. So here we go. As always, I can't show footage of all cars or else this video will be 2 hours long. So I'll show the last car in each list. Here's the first list. The second. The third, and the fourth, and after delivering all the cars, I got my 29th trophy, Grand Theft Auto.
I got those clothes you want. I never asked your sister out, man.
Next, I started to win the car races. I used the Deluxo, and on my way to one of the races, I got my 30th trophy, Don't Need Roads, for reaching maximum speed in a Deluxo. And after winning the last race, I was done with this asset. After that, I bought the taxi firm. I have to complete 3 missions in this asset. For the first mission, I have to steal a fare, then drive the passenger to the airport. Sadly, in my first try, I accidentally killed him. but in my second try I completed this mission. For the next one, I have to destroy 3 taxi cars from the rival company. Talk about healthy competition. And for the last mission, I have to meet Mercedes and drive her. But when I got there, it turned out to be an ambush that had nothing to do with Mercedes. So I destroyed all the cars, and not the best way to take out the leader cab. But this wraps up the taxi firm asset, so I'll take it. Next, I'll do all 5 assassination contracts in the game. First, I had to take out this guy before he delivers his pizzas. Then I had to take out this lady and make it look like an accident. For the third contract, I had to take out a bunch of targets. I'll just show the first and last one. For the fourth contract, I used a sniper in the airport to take out my target and stole his briefcase. Once I delivered it, I was done with this one. For the last contract, I made my way through gang members and rooftops, and I got the briefcase. That was close, and when I delivered the briefcase, I finished the last contract and unlocked my 31st trophy, Gun for Hire. I started Phil Cassidy's missions. In the first mission, I have to destroy certain trucks and collect the weapons they carry. As always, the minigun made this easy. For the second mission, Phil hurts himself. I just need to drive him to one of his old military friends to patch him up. The driving gets weird in this one, but it's not that hard, so I completed it. At this point, I just have to buy and complete one final asset, and that's the Printworks. So that's my next stop. First, I have to secure plates to start counterfeiting money. So I visited Paul, then I secured information about an incoming shipment. For my next mission, I chased the courier, and when I secured the counterfeiting plates, I completed this mission. And for the third mission, I just have to kill Sonny's men as they are trying to tax my businesses. At this point, I was done with everything. There's only one final mission to get the platinum, so I wasted no time and started it. The final showdown with Sonny. I stood my ground until Lance the trader showed up. I chased him to the roof and finished him off. I got ready by replenishing my health and armor, and I took down Sonny Forelli once and for all. And upon completing this mission, I got my final 3 trophies. Mischief Managed for completing the final mission, Done It All for earning 100% completion, and finally the sweet platinum trophy, Kingpin. Even though GTA Vice City isn't hard to platinum, I was happy and proud to achieve this platinum trophy. As I mentioned before, this game is one of my favorite games of all time. I wanted to revisit Vice City one more time before GTA 6 comes out. This platinum took me 20 hours. It could have been less if I wasn't so stubborn about the 6-star wanted level and waste that much time with it. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments. If you're interested in GTA Vice City, click on the left video to see my overview of the Next Gen Edition mod, and if you're interested in more platinum hunts, click on the right video to see me solo platinum Elden Ring Night Rain, and maybe click in the middle to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything in the future.